Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is 11:05 Pacific Standard Time, and we're excited to be with you this morning. We back. Consistency is key in optimal production, and it's good to see you guys' face this morning. Hey, listen, let's get straight to it. Dan, we got a few more folks in the waiting room. If we can let them in, because Sam is closing the door at 11:10. There's some faces that we haven't seen in some time. It's good to see your faces. It's some faces that are new into the space. Welcome to one of the best Zillow teams in Northern California. Listen, we're going to pull our scoreboard up and have a quick conversation. We had, in terms of our pickup rate last month, one of the worst months that we've experienced in some time. And I'm not sure what the reason for the pickup rate being so low, as it's a privilege when our phone rings. And so we're going to have that conversation because a 49% pickup rate is not an acceptable standard. And so as a result of that, there have been some agents who have unfortunately been paused as a result of their pickup rate as we look to stop the bleeding as it relates to negatively impacting our numbers. So if you got a Slack message from Dan, maybe about 2 or 3 days ago, informing you that you've been paused due to your pickup rate being way less than the threshold, I want you to get on my calendar. He should have had the Calendly link that was a part of his correspondence. If you don't have it, let us know. We'll make sure that you have access to that. But we need to talk, because one thing that we cannot do is mishandle the asset. And when our phone rings, or when we signed up for this, we signed up to have our phone ring. We signed up for additional business opportunities. And when we look at the pickup rate over the past month, what it's suggesting is we're not protecting the asset. And that's a standard that we just cannot waver on. So I'm going to share my screen. We're going to talk about a few things later on in the session today. We really want to. I'll come to that in a second. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Thought I had this ready. Oh, no, I definitely don't want to do that. Sorry about that. Thought I had my stuff ready. I do. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the month of April, our answer rate was 46%. Out of 279 connections, we answered the call for less than half of those. That's not an acceptable performance metric. If you want to be on the Zillow team and you are on call, you're on the red team, you're on the black team, you're on the white team, and your phone rings, we need you to answer the phone. You need you to answer the phone. There's no coaching techniques, strategies, better practices around you picking up the phone when the phone rings because you've signed up to be a part of this program. It all starts there. And so I don't know any other way to say this except for from a coach's perspective. I don't want to see 46% answer rate. That's so below our performance capabilities. That means that either one thing, we're over capacity in terms of lead flow, or two, we're not monitoring our self-pause feature and managing our time when we're on call, or three, we just missing the damn calls. And either one of those three scenarios really, it's an excuse. This is a privilege, ladies and gentlemen. When your phone rings, pick it up. If you got an email from Dan, I'd like to see you go ahead and schedule a one-to-one so that we can have a conversation, some course correction, plan of action, and get you back on lead flow so that you can start back to getting your money. I wanted to share that with you because the numbers speak for themselves. Dan, we got a couple of more folks in the waiting room. Let's let them in before it hits 11:10. The numbers tell the story. Let's commit that when you are on call, when you're on shift, You're conscious, anticipatory, and prepared to take the call. We should not see a 49% pickup rate from a group of talent that's in this room. Now that we've gotten that out the way, what happens when we pick up the phone? Ladies and gentlemen, is everyone familiar with the acronym ALM? Head nods, gestures. It may sound like a ridiculous question to you, but it's not. So can I get some engagement here? Is everyone familiar with the acronym ALM?
Yes.
Yes. Who feels as though they're a master of booking ALM upon the initial call? Oh, I don't have much body language interaction now. It's not to pick on you. It's not to call you on the carpet and have you do a live mock call right here in front of air. It's not that. Who feels as if they're a master at blocking in ALM? Saying that I have no bold souls on this call. Thank you, Glenn. One of like 40 people and a whole bunch of top producers in this joint. We got one bold soul who feels as if they're super confident in ALM. Ladies and gentlemen, our ALM percentage rate should be 100%. Booking the appointment, understanding their location, and learning of their motivation is what is required in an initial call. 100%. Now, some of us may not feel as comfortable as others in terms of mastery, and that's exactly what today's conversion clinic session is about. Our goal as a team, you as individuals, is to have a 100% performance metric on booking the appointment, location, and motivation. First, once you pick up the damn phone. Then we book the appointment, learn the location, and understand the motivation. That should be 100% for each one of you. Why? Because each one of you are proficient human beings, one, and dope-ass agents, two. We all want this opportunity, this asset on our plate. It's our responsibility to handle it correctly. Picking up the phone and booking the ALM, it starts there. So, Dan, without any further ado, I'm going to pass the microphone to you. Excuse me. Under the premise of 100% ALM.
Okay, well, let's get to it. So before we dive into ALM, I have a quick program update for everyone too. We will come back to ALM, but I just wanted to share a feature for everyone. How many of you have heard of Zillow Pro? This is something that Zillow launched like a week or two ago. Show of hands, has anyone heard of or messed around with Zillow Pro? I did a quick presentation on it last week. Okay, got a couple of people out here. This is a super cool new feature that Zillow has launched as a Zillow preferred team. We automatically get it for free. They're rolling it out with other team members, but I think with other brokerages and stuff, but I think you have to enroll in it. You have to pay for it or something. But because we're a Zillow preferred team, we all automatically get the Zillow Pro program. What does that mean? It means now moving forward, you have the ability to get your non-Zillow customers, your sphere, your friends and family, your open house leads, whatever. You can get those customers into Zillow and get Zillow browsing insights from them. Okay, so why would you want to do that? One, it is a defensive measure. As the person looking on the back end fielding seeing all these leads and calls coming through, I get messages from all of you like probably once or twice a week where a Zillow lead comes through and it was already in our database from one of you that had met them at an open house or was a friend or a family member or whatever. And that person was out browsing around on Zillow and they hit contact agent and then they went off to Zillow. Unfortunately, they came back to us. But a lot of the time that's not what happens, right? They go off to Zillow, they disappear, and then you lose that customer. By having the Zillow Pro ecosystem, if you've got a good relationship with your customer, your sphere, your open house leads, whatever, they can then, when they go on browsing on Zillow, they will see your information. And when they hit Tour Home Contact Agent, it will come back to you. No referral fee owed to Zillow. Zillow will never sell that lead. It stays with you. That relationship stays with you for forever, right? When they accept the invitation. So this is super, super powerful. Again, a defensive measure for your customers to keep them from going on Zillow, because I think it's something like 90% of all home buyers go on Zillow at least once during their home search nationally. It's an insane statistic. Everyone uses Zillow. Every single one of your buyers is probably on Zillow. So play that defense to get them in your ecosystem. And then the second thing too is that it's a communication tool. So they can send you properties through Zillow. You can see their browsing insights through Zillow, just like you can with your Zillow preferred customers. You'll be able to do that with all of your other customers too. So how do you get this set up? It's not automatic. This is something that has to be what's known as affirmative opt-in, meaning you send your customer an invite and they say, yes, I want to work with this person. So really, really, really important for this. The best way to do it is for clients that you have a relationship with and that you know they're going to say, yes, I'm working with this person. They're my agent. You send them the invite and you know they're going to click accept, because if the customer rejects your invitation, that is rejection forever. There is not a way. If they say, no, I don't know Vernon, they're not my realtor, Zillow will say, tough stuff. This person, you cannot be their Zillow preferred agent ever. There's not a way to backtrack on it. So the thing to just really, if you take nothing else away from this, make sure you don't go through your entire database and hit send invite, send invite, send invite, send invite for every single one of your customers, because once they say no, you can't get that back. They will not be able to come back and be your Zillow preferred. They'll be in the Zillow ecosystem, and if they ever make an inquiry, they'll go to some other Zillow preferred team, and that customer will potentially be gone. Okay, so that's thing number one. Engaged customers, people you have a relationship with, those are the ones that you pick up the phone, call, say, hey, I'm going to send you a friend request on Zillow. That way we'll be able to communicate through there. And if you see any properties, you can just message me directly, and you're not going to get random calls from random agents. I'm sending you the invite now. Do it in person, whatever, but use that those talking points. And I'll send a message in Slack with some of this stuff in writing too. Okay, so how do you actually do it? It's super, super simple. I'm going to share my screen and show all of you. So now you'll see in your customers, this is one of my customers. You can see this is client referral, not a Zillow lead. And now just under source, you can see this my agent status. So if you can't see my mouse, it's right here, or I'm sorry, not source, my agent status right here, send invite. This button, that's what we're going for. And the way to do it, you're going to hit send invite. You can either send text or an email. Zillow recommends text, but you can do either one if you know they're more responsive. And you can also customize this as well. But this is going to get you a direct invite link to that person. And then you just hit send invite, and that's going to go out to them. When they hit accept, then all of a sudden you see now this button here that says activity, unlock Zillow exclusive insights. You're going to start seeing all their Zillow browsing activity forever in your follow-up boss account once they accept that Zillow preferred invite. Okay, so again, just a couple things to reiterate on this. If you do this, question to everyone: will you owe Zillow a referral fee if you send your Sphere leads the Zillow preferred invite in the chat? Yes or no? Will Zillow collect that 30%, 35%, 40% referral fee? That's right. KD, Zin, Glenn, no, correct. There's no referral fee. Zillow just wants more customers in their ecosystem. This is a win for them. It's a win for you. The more people they get using their platform, the better. But you do not ever have to pay them that referral fee. Second thing, or I guess third thing now, go into your Zillow profile and update your service area. So for all of us in Northern California, put your service area everywhere around Northern California, because if that customer is browsing around and you say, I work in Northern California, and they start looking for a house in Los Angeles, that lead then will not go to you, but it'll go to, and they say, I'm interested in touring a home in Los Angeles, they're going to send that to a Los Angeles agent still, right? It makes sense. If you're a Northern California agent, how are you going to work Los Angeles? If they're looking for homes in Miami and they hit contact agent for a home in Miami, right, they're going to still send that out. But what you don't want to have happen is you got your service areas, Contra Costa and Alameda County, and they say, I want to see a home in Vallejo. And then Zillow looks at that and says, well, you don't serve Vallejo, so we're going to send it to a Vallejo agent. So go into your Zillow profile, update your service areas to Northern California, Sonoma County, Napa County, Solano County, Yolo County, Alameda County. Add all those counties in so that you just cast a wide net so that your customers, when they inquire, they're going to come back to you. Okay. That's it. I'll hit this a couple more times in these coming meetings because this is a really important feature. Oh, I'm sorry. One other thing. If you have a client where it's a couple, there's two people on the account, it will only send the invite to the primary person. The primary person needs to then invite the secondary person into their account. You can't do that. It's kind of weird. They're trying to figure out a way to work around this because Follow Up Boss doesn't perfectly support this yet. But if you've got two people on the account, it'll send the invite just to the primary. And then to get both of their browsing information, the primary person then has to send an invite to their partner. Okay, that's all I got on this. Anyone got questions on the Zillow Pro stuff? Otherwise, we'll move on to ALM. Questions going once. Go ahead and take yourself off mute. If you, yeah, who's that?
Katie.
Katie, hey, yeah, what you got?
Hey, so if you're sending the referral out, let's say, if you plug in our client's information in it, and then they're looking for an LA, are we going to be getting some share from Zillow in a way since they're going to be referring out our clients down there?
Nope, right? Because you didn't make the referral. So if they went on Zillow, they hit contact agent and they're out browsing on their own. Zillow's stance on that is you didn't facilitate this. So why would you collect a referral fee, right? So that's where part of this is on all of us to have good active communication with our clients. If they're truly browsing out of area in LA, in Miami, and somewhere outside of our service areas, to keep that communication and truly make the referral to an agent to get a referral fee. Could be a Zillow agent, could be an EXP agent, but you still have to do the work to get the referral if they're truly browsing out of area. Yeah, good question. Lisette.
So Dan, do you think the purpose of this, in your opinion, is to basically protect our clients from, because they're going to use Zillow period at the end. So is this like a workaround to protect our clients from me having to pay Zillow a commission when it's truly my client?
Yeah, that's 100%. This will protect that, right? So if you've got a customer that you're engaged with, you meet them at an open house. So what happens right now is, let's say you meet a customer at an open house, you got a really good relationship with them. They say, you know what, I'm not going to buy a house for 12 more months. And 6 months from now, I know a lot of you, I've had this conversation with many of you, they make an inquiry on Zillow. And now we're saying, oh, we got to get an exemption from Zillow because there's not that active communication in the last 30 days. We got to go through this whole process. If you have that My Agent relationship established with them right after that open house and they accept your invite, that's good forever. So if they make that inquiry 12 months from now on Zillow, it's just coming straight back to you.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's when you meet your customer, tell them, hey, I'm going to give you a friend request so we can communicate through Zillow. That way, if you ever see anything that's really interesting to you, you can just communicate with me through text, email, send me a video message, or through Zillow. I'll be here for all your platforms. Good question. Okay.
Gary's got a contribution too. Dan?
Oh, Gary, yeah, what do we got?
As you're saying, right? Zillow Pro, our customers we have, I understand that completely. Can we get that to transfer over to our current Zillow leads that we have now that we're showing houses to? We might be maybe a week and a half into seeing two houses, even set up a buyer's consultation on Friday, but Wednesday they're on Zillow and hit, I want to see a house. Why am I not getting a request?
You should be. So by default, every single one of your Zillow preferred customers, you have the Zillow My Agent relationship by default for 6 months. So unless they say, no, I don't want to work with Gary, by default, you get that for 6 months. All of their inquiries, all their properties will automatically come back to you.
Okay, cool. I haven't had it happen to me yet, but it's happened when I've been working with, me and Otis been working with people, but they have been a little older. So that's that. Okay, I'm cool. I'm protected. No worries.
So then it expires after 6 months. So if it's an older lead and they don't renew it, then it does expire. Yeah.
So it'd be smart. It'd be smart in our relationship before the 6 months in to explain to them, hey, let's just connect for real on Zillow outside of how we did off the phone. Even though Zillow's still going to get a commission for that 2 years, but still we're that agent when they go see. Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
Right, thank you.
Absolutely. Emily, good question, Gary. Thank you. Emily, what do you got?
Yeah, so I just wanted to put in, that's actually how like I came into the brokerage sort of. So I was just shopping for myself. I wanted to get a mobile manufactured home. I met Evelyn here from EXP, and she like got me connected to see the mobile home and everything. And every time I'm going to look on now my Zillow account, like for anywhere here, she's the agent. She's the person point of contact that I see on my page. And yeah, I'm like, okay, well, it's nice. I have the same person I can contact if I want to get into a house somewhere in the area or anything. And now here I'm on the other side. So now I'm getting a little understanding of the back end.
That's amazing. Welcome to the ecosystem and the environment. And Evelyn, amazing bringing someone into the team by through a Zillow inquiry. That's fantastic. I love that. But exactly, Emily, like you said, with the customer experience is better because then you're browsing around and you're just seeing the same person. And no one wants to get calls from 10 different people when they're shopping for a home. Like, it's so much simpler for our consumers to have one point of contact. So this is genuinely simpler. Great contribution. Thank you. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone got any other questions or contributions around this? Shoot me a message. What's that?
Go right ahead.
Yep. Shoot me a message if you do have any other questions. I'll post some resources in the Slack channel. But let's do it. Let's get into ALM. So what I'm going to post on here is the conversion playbook. All of you should have access to this, but in case we don't, this has got the scripting for ALM. So what I want to do is get one brave volunteer, I guess 2 brave volunteers, to do a quick role play in front of the group. One person to be agent, one person to be the client, to just go through a super basic ALM. Book the appointment, ask what other properties they're interested in. Glenn, I love it. First hand up. Are you volunteering to be the agent on this one?
I will. I will be the agent on this one.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Anyone want to volunteer to be the client, to do a nice, straightforward customer call, just so everyone can kind of get their gears turning?
I'll be the client.
All right. Who was that? I didn't see the
Maria.
There you are, Maria. Thank you. Okay. So again, simple, straightforward. What we're going for is we just want a nice template blueprint for the whole team to get everyone's gears turning on what ALM sounds like. 2 minutes, some nice rapport building, book the appointment. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go into breakout rooms and everyone's going to get a chance to practice this. I know many of you have been through this a whole bunch of times, but many of you have not. And it is always helpful to continue to sharpen our skills and practice the basics, right? Yep. So, Glenn, you all set?
I'm ready.
Okay. Maria, you all set? You ready as the customer?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, go for it.
Hi there, Maria. It's Glenn Riggs, your recommended Zillow Premier agent. I see here you're interested in 678 Dance Way in San Leandro, and that you'd like to see that on Friday. How does 1 o'clock on Friday work for you?
I think I'll have to check with my husband first, but I can get back to you.
Okay, great. So is there an alternate time on Friday that might be better for you and your husband that you know of right now? I'm also available at 11 a.m.
Well, usually after he gets off work, so anytime after 5 p.m. usually works best for us.
Okay, great. Let me take a look. Yep, I've got Friday at 5:30 to see that home in San Leandro. How's that work for you?
That should definitely work for us.
Terrific. I'm going to go ahead and book that. So I noticed that you pulled up interest on 5678 Dance Way. What is it about this location that caused you to reach out today?
Well, I really like the price. It was really the most attractive thing to me. It has good size. It's good for my commute to work, and I like the size of the backyard.
It all sounds great. I love this neighborhood personally. And what's motivating you to make the move at this time? There are lots of opportunities to make the move. People are posting clickbait. So what's motivating you to do that?
Well, we just hit the lottery, so we're looking to start investing in real estate. So I think this will be a good start for us.
Well, first of all, congratulations on the lottery. Hopefully it was more than my $8 that I won a couple weeks back. But I am excited to start working with you and be your go-to for your real estate investment needs. But more importantly, I am super excited to meet you and your husband this Friday at 5:30 at 5678 Dance Way in San Leandro. While I'm at it, can you set aside an hour of time for me? Because there are a couple other homes in that neighborhood I would also love to show you that I think might be a good fit, especially for investment. So if we could spend that time together, that would be awesome.
That's really kind of you, and I appreciate the extra work that you're putting in. So I can definitely set an extra hour aside.
Wonderful. All right. Once again, Maria, my name is Glenn Riggs. I am your Zillow Premier agent, and I am looking forward to meeting you on Friday. I'm going to send you a text with my information. Can I use this number I'm talking to you at right now?
Yes.
Perfect. So excited to see you on and your husband on Friday, Maria. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Glenn.
Oh, amazing. Thank you. Yeah, dance way. I love it, Glenn. So fantastic. Glenn, thank you. Maria, thank you. Man, Maria, you made him work for that appointment.
She was tough. I
I've
was
done
like,
so much ALM role playing.
nice, simple ALM. No.
Hey
No
Maria,
problem.
let me borrow $50 since you done hit the lotto. Let me
Right.
know.
I was just
Right.
speaking it into existence. So like it'll definitely happen. I got you, Vernon.
Glenn, you
I
should
love
have.
it.
She hit the lotto twice picking you, Glenn. You should have hit it. She hit the lotto twice picking you as her agent.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
right.
Oh, that was a good one. No, hey
we
Glenn,
go.
I love how you said. Let me see if it did a yeah, sure. 5:30 works for me. Like he was really that was all into the script role play. Man, that was really good. That was good.
That-
Dan, what you got?
Perfect. Okay, so Zin, did Glenn book the appointment? The most important thing on the ALM framework. Did you hear Glenn book an appointment for Maria?
Yeah, I did right from the start.
What time and what day?
I started at 1 p.m. right, and then he couldn't get it, and then it shifted over to 5:30 on Friday.
Bingo. Exactly. Nailed it. Glenn, first and most important thing is you booked the appointment to meet with the customer, and she didn't make it easy on you, bounced back and forth on a couple of times. You shifted, but you nailed the time. The thing that we did not hear, which is good, is let me check and I'll get back to you on that. Mm-hmm. Right? It was Glenn booked 5:30, and then if anything changes, he'll get back to them. Right? That is the right way to do it. Call ended with a locked-in appointment. The customer's like, cool, I'm going out Friday at 5:30. Then Glenn's going to go check with the listing agent, check the showing time. If something changes, then you can throw the seller under the bus and say, hey, sorry, Friday at 5:30 doesn't work. The seller's not able to make that work. Can we do alternative time, right? Locked in the appointment. Anyone else have contributions on what we heard Glenn doing for location and motivation? There are a couple of really good nuggets in here for how he nailed those two. Otherwise, we'll go into our breakout rooms. But what did we hear? Anyone? You can just take yourself off mute if you want to share a contribution for what you heard Glenn do well on hitting the location and motivation.
I like how. Sorry guys. I liked how Glenn even offered additional homes as well, not just that one property, because then it also shows that he's doing his due diligence as an agent and not just focusing on that one, but other potential properties that buyer might be interested in. Because usually they're not always interested in that one property. It's going to be something else that they're going to like more. So that was a great job, Glenn.
Absolutely, Princess. That is one of the single most impactful things that you can do on that initial appointment to turn them from just touring a home to a customer, is adding other property on, asking them what other homes they're interested in. And even if they say it's just this one, bring 2 or 3 others, find some vacant homes that you can go and show that are nearby, because half the time at the end of the appointment, they're going to say, yeah, sure. All right, let's go out. This was fun. You know, you seemed like a nice person. I want to keep touring with you. So,
and to piggyback off of that, piggyback off that, Dan, what that does is you're bringing more value, right? And the longer that we can extend the time with the consumer, the more probable it is that you're going to pull them closer into your ecosystem through relationship development. And so, although one property led them to you, the experience that we create by enhancing, by showing more properties, brings them closer to the ecosystem. It's going to lead them further down the conversion funnel for you. And the one piece that I would have, Dan, is stick to the script. The script is built around discovery. It's all about discovery, right? It's locking in the location and then learning, discovering more from that consumer. So if we're coming at it from a space of curiosity, like what about this location really motivated you? They're not feeling sold, they're feeling led and directed. What that will result in is that appointment met metric being very close to the appointment set metric. because they're bought into the value proposition that we're presenting as agents to our consumers. And we're discovering, not trying to sell, but looking to understand so that we can lead them in a direction. And it starts with the appointment met. So stick to the script. The script works because it's designed to discover. So that's what I got. Yep.
Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to open some breakout rooms here. We're going to send everyone off into these breakout rooms. You're going to do just exactly the same thing that you saw Glenn and Maria masterfully demonstrate here in front of the whole group. If you are newer, especially, raise your hand first to get some practice opportunities on this if you haven't been through one of these sessions before. So Vernon and I are going to be bouncing around to the rooms, listening in, giving feedback. For those of you who are not actively practicing with ALM, so 2 people will be going at a time, take notes, give them feedback. What did you hear? Did they book the appointment? What went well? What opportunities were there? And then rotate. So we'll be doing this for about 15 or 20 minutes, and then we'll come back together as a group, debrief, and we'll wrap up for the day. So,
side note, even though you're seasoned, please participate in the exercise, because those who may not be as seasoned in this ALM could definitely learn something by hearing your flow, your cadence, and your nuances. So equal participation helps everyone grow in this environment. That's what I got.
All right.
Let's
Rooms are open. Go ahead and jump in and then get to it as soon as you get in. All right, so as we're getting people coming back in here, I'd love to hear about how these conversations went. Did anyone have, like, as they were practicing their scripting, any moments where they're like, "Oh shoot, I forgot this, or this, I was rusty on this," or anything that you heard the other people saying that was a really good line? Any takeaways or debriefs from this? And Vernon, actually, I'm going to pass this over to you. I got to jump off and head out to an appointment. So Vernon's going to take us home here for the final debrief.
Good seeing you, bro. Hey.
Thanks, everyone.
Being able to bounce in and out of the different rooms, that was great. But feedback from the group, like, were there agents how do you guys feel? What was your feedback?
I have some feedback.
I can go ahead, Maria.
Okay, I have some feedback. So I had a really good breakout group. I think some of the main points that we went over was being the expert on the call, right? So one, sticking to the script and also leading the call. That way you have less deviation from the buyer for them to, kind of throw you curveballs and whatnot. And also you just show that you have that confidence and you're the expert here. So yeah, that was the main takeaway there. And I think we all had a very productive session together.
Excellent. I love it. Who else? Brandy, I see you right below Maria, which is why I'm calling on you. I know you were in one of the other groups. What takeaways or feedback do you have from your breakout group?
I loved and what I gathered from that, and just hearing other agents practice, because obviously when we do it ourselves on our ALM calls, we're hearing ourselves and we're not hearing it projected towards us. So it's great to be able to practice in that setting like that, and then being able to give that constructive feedback back and forth. But what it has me narrowed down for the ALM is definitely focus on not becoming a robot, not becoming just the operator, because I hate when I call customer service and I feel like it's a person just going through numbers. Having that personal touch, and that's what like a lot of the people practice on the call, is having their flow, not bringing their own energy. And, at any moment when somebody got stuck, it was still coming back to remembering, like, we are people, we're an agent, take a breath, gather yourself, and come back. And don't even focus on the script at that point. Like, let yourself just naturally flow, connect with your buyer, and book their freaking appointment. So, yeah.
Love that. Lisette, you got your hand up. What's your contribution or takeaway out of your group?
I mean, it sounds silly to say, you guys, but listening is so important, because people, especially when they're wanting to buy a home, they will give you all the nuggets. And sometimes we're so consumed with ALM, I admit I am guilty of it, that we're not listening to what they're saying, and they're telling us everything that we need to know in that little 4-minute conversation. So my advice is, yes, ALM is important, but listening is more important than everything, because they will tell you everything you need to know in that first call.
And I don't think that's only restricted to the first call. I think that's listening actively throughout the entire throughout the entire relationship. But thank you for that contribution as well. Emily, you got your hand up. What was your feedback? What was your experience? You're new to the team, new to rocking the script and reading the ALM. Very personable, but give me some of your experience, your takeaways, and your feedback. Rapid fire. Then we're going Glenn, and we're closing out with Otis.
Yeah. It was good for me. Like seeing everyone else's tactics. I do this all day, like with the rental side and doing showings for rentals. But to see like the more personable deep dive of all the agents, you guys are really talented. So taking away like what you guys do in your scripts, being like, descriptive and like, making sure that you're listing like it's a 3-bed 2-bath or it's like this price in this area, and like getting able to dive deeper and like get feedback from the buyer and see like what are their wants and needs. So that was just some things that I had picked up that I want to take going forward. And I like completely agree with what Lisette was saying, like listening to like their wants and needs and just tailoring like, the showing schedule going forward with them with that.
And kudos to you, Emily. I was popping in and out of the rooms and letting your personality come out in the conversation, knowing that you're new, but that also helps deal with some of those nerves when we can just roll and step into the frequency of just being ourselves as we're locking in this appointment and learning the location and motivation and so forth. So great job to that. To you, Glenn, and then O-Dog, rapid fire. Glenn's face just moved somewhere. Where did you go?
I love listening to my calls afterwards. So remember that all of these Zillow calls are recorded, and do not hesitate to get back on that call and listen to it. I will do it before meeting the client to make sure that I can capture everything that they said when I meet them face to face.
Good feedback. How many of you go back and watch your own game film? Sid, Maria. Although it may cringe when you hear yourself, you may not like the pitch in your voice. It does pay off to listen to yourself because you can hear your nuances and your filler words and then fine tune those through your delivery. So taking the page out of Glenn's book, watching your own game film, all the professional athletes do it, and that's how they get better. It's no different here. Otis, what's your contribution, Mel? Rapid fire. You got the mic.
Being stress-free and making sure you breathe. When you get these calls, the majority of the time you're getting them while you're driving. I mean, in the shower, any type of crazy place. It's never really where you're sitting down and you have the ability to just ring it off. Just ALM only. Most people try to always throw the BBR in there and all these extra things. ALM, most of my conversations last less than a minute and 30 seconds because I'm just ALM. If you focus on that stuff, you don't have to worry about it. And then keeping it under understanding that you have to keep it under 5 minutes. So if you start doing that, it's just quicker to get them off the phone. The second phone call is how you can say, oh, I officially booked the appointment. I have to talk to you about these things. Whether you send a text with the BBRC. Lisette had some really good things that she mentioned about that you and Dan from the playbook that we should take off some of the scripts. And I hear people keep saying scripts. So just making sure you have those things tied down. And then lastly, we don't speak about it, but I mean, some of us get swamped 10, 15 in like a day or two. So I think that, trying not to go to the appointment by not sending something or saying something in those calls or figuring it out that they're not as serious. Just fine tune that because again, it knocks the team's points down, your personal points down. So just being mindful of those things.
Yeah, those are good contributions. And Otis's point, we don't reschedule. We adjust our calendar according to the consumer's availability. We don't have the consumer adjust their calendar to our availability. That's just a part of it. So if they want to see it on Friday and you got something else going on Friday and you try to push it to Sunday, no. Our goal when we're receiving these calls, our objective is to provide a white glove service to the consumer and to make ourselves available. When we answer the call, that means we are on call, we are available, and we're ready to go. Evelyn, rapid fire, close us out. It's 12:01. We normally don't go over, but I cannot let your hand not be addressed.
Thank you. No, I just had something quick. So in our group, most of us were surprised when Glenn said that we're not supposed to be asking on the call if they have another agent they're working with. So I just wanted to confirm with you.
Well, I know I don't have a problem with you all asking if they're working with another agent.
Okay.
Then here's why. You're going to have some form of an agreement on file before you can engage with them. It's better for you to find out on the front end if they have been previously working with an agent prior to you going out and meeting that consumer to discover they're not going to sign any agreement because they're already working with someone. I've had that experience with Zillow Leads. So I vet ahead of time. Hey, would love to show you 123 Main Street. I'm committed to 2:00. Are you currently working with someone? Just want to make sure I'm not stepping on anyone's toes because we do have to sign an agreement in order for me to give you access to the property and answer any questions that you may have. I check that on the front end.
Okay. That's what I do too. I just wanted to make sure we're not getting points knocked down if we do that.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all, because you cannot work with someone that is already actively working with someone, particularly when there's something that they've signed. How else would we find that out outside of asking that question? And I think that that's a valid question to ask before you jump into your car and drive to wherever the showing is going to be.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
All right, Emily, we're 3 minutes over and folks are already hanging up, but what do you have? Mr. Contribution, rapid fire.
No, I just wanted to ask again, like, so if you re-sign a new like BBRC that just resets their relationship they have, the other one it just doesn't, it's not valid anymore.
Your BBRC should be for a period of time.
Okay.
Right. So we'd love to talk to you about that offline, but I don't want to hold it. But your BBRC should be for a period of time. And then if you're getting close to the expiration of that, you can always renew it. Okay. Go crush your weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're on call, pick up the phone. When you pick up the phone, run the ALM and go get your money. Grace, peace, and blessings to you guys. Crush your weekend. I'll see you next Thursday.